that was one of the funniest things ever. But then you brought him, when they brought him to Ben Kingsley, he basically like Ben Stiller on Tropic Thunder.
Not Tom Cruise.
No, not just that part. I'm talking about when he was kidnapped.
And they was whooping him. The man was whooping him. The little boy was whooping him.
They played that role, Simple Jack, for the audience. That's why they kept him alive. Because they liked his performance.
Nothing would go better than Loki acting like Odin and got Matt Damon up there.
That was hilarious.
Man, every time I see that scene.
That was hilarious.
And then Thor just go to his head like, okay. You sure? He like, what are you doing, Thor? Stop it.
They just not figuring out.
And so I guess because he got a connection with Asgard as well. They trying to connect Asgard and the Greeks.
Thank you. No, he was trying to get away. He was trying to get away and live a normal life.
I'm saying the storyline. I'm talking about him. I'm talking about the story because it's like his son Loki, right? So he's supposed to be the Loki.
Yeah.
So it's not. I mean, he has a big.
You know, his mother's a frost giant.
I didn't know who his mother.
His mother died. Is dead in the beginning of the first game, the last God of War game. In the beginning of the game, you're basically, with
this boy, right?
So their thing was, we want to scatter her ashes off the top of the highest mountain in the land. But then they find out the highest mountain, we should go to Jotunheim.
Is that like their version of Olympus? Olympus? That's
Jotunheim is, where the giants live.
Oh, I don't know Norse myth. That never interested me. You know what I'm saying?
Anyway, just like
we do. We just let it get. Most of us let it get manipulated by the media.
No, we get scared. We get scared to say certain things. Like, we're not gonna tell a chick, "Damn, baby, you gained a couple pounds," because we've been conditioned already not to ever say age, which in reality, those are key factors for a young woman.
I think that's funny that we got structured to that mentality. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And then, so we're told like this certain expectation, this Pixar-shaped woman. You see what I'm saying? But then it comes down to it, and now we hate natural things. We don't like curves. We don't like stretch marks. You got guys saying they don't like girls who hair shrivel up in the pool. Natural stuff that happens to women's bodies. We like it when it's made up, when they wearing wigs, when they wearing makeup and stuff. You see what I'm saying? Now we're in a time where technology is taken to the point that the men are mastering that look more than the woman. So it's like, that's crazy that we've been conditioned to like this. We've been conditioned to like this, but you can't like stretch marks. You can't bring your woman to the party if she got a pouch. And it's like, why? If your woman a little heavy, if she had 4 of your kids.
I can see dudes who will.
Not to say it's not happening. I'm talking about like as far as the celebrity world.
Oh, the celebrity world.
I'm talking about, I ain't saying it's not happening. Yeah, we see guys with fat chicks all the time. I'm saying like you will never see Beyonce let herself come out like, okay, I got 3 kids. I ain't dropped the album in a couple years. What's up? You'll never see that. Why?
You be here and Springboks, huh?
Yeah, you see, I get around, man.
I see, man.
What's going
Is that what you want to do?
I had to ride with Nate because my car down. I just had a truck. You know what I'm saying?
You get a truck.
We got to go back. Go ahead. Spider-Man can be on both systems. I don't understand.
Try this. Tomb Raider on both systems, right? But Nathan Drake is on PlayStation.
Who is Nathan Drake?
Dude Raider, that's what we call him.
Hey,
Dude Raider, that don't sound like something you want to play.
I mean, Uncharted? I forgot you don't play PlayStation, so you don't know what Uncharted is.
Uncharted with the little girl?
Nah, Uncharted, that's The Last of Us.
Okay.
That's another dope-ass game.
I just see commercials for them. The Xbox got dope games too, so that's what we ain't. That's what we ain't gonna do. We ain't gonna sit here and act like Xbox just dropping crap and PlayStation just because they just got Spider-Man. They just became sweet last year,
I would say like this.
and that's it.
Xbox
Tomb Raider ain't nothing but Pitfall with titties. Let's just go there. Let's go there. Okay, so it's not even.
Uncharted. It's like Tomb Raider without the titties, but at the same time, the action, the story, all that goes hand in hand.
That's what all the games are doing now. I was seeing how they got Kratos fighting. I was like, God, he was getting stumped up by a horse. They got him fighting centaurs on this one.
Man, I'm get you, man. Every God of War he's fighting.
I know.
Deadly.
That's what makes me into it. My brother be sending me clips. I remember he was fighting. I seen the clips the same when he be fighting Boulder.
Oh, yeah,
That's only one of the scene. That's another scene when he had to go across the way to a statue. He jumped off and crushed the whole statue head. And I'm like, what is going on in this game?
I watched Kratos pull the fingernail off of Kronos.
You all right, Z? Morning, Charles.
What's going on?
How you doing?
Hey, there you go. She's here.
You got it. Yeah, me too. Is really wild, and you know what I'm saying. Like I remember I seen a movie a long time ago when a guy stood outside a girl's house with a stereo and just played the music really loud.
Oh, you do that shit nowadays. Well, you got the
and they calling you crazy, you thirsty.
Oh yeah. First off, she gonna be petty and let her dude see you out there looking like a straight.
You seen the video when the guy be singing with the guitar and her boyfriend come out shit, and he be crying trying to keep singing. He keep why he keep singing though? Oh, you say Cleveland, you supposed to say Bone first. Gonna say Drew Carey. Like Drew Carey is from the city, Cleveland from the city he's from, so you run, huh? Drew Carey was on East 99.
You don't know.
He probably was too. Drew seemed like before he got the money, he was in them streets.
Let's be real. Have you ever seen the young picture of Drew Carey?
He was hood.
Man,
like Machine Gun Kelly.
It'll help that, most times people in the Marines, they take those pictures. Ain't nobody smiling and looking friendly. It's
you see what they do to Marines?
Yeah.
You ever heard of Paris Island? Let's talk to one of them motherfuckers for a minute. You'll understand exactly all the crazy, and that's just the first 3 months.
I know.
Let alone they like American samurais, and since it's American, it's a little bit more intense than Japan. At least in Japan, they're doing it for honor. These guys out here convinced they said they're doing it for a check. And then that's when they disappear and become mercenaries and start saying, fuck, I might as well make this 100,000 in a week.
Right. I mean,
let me stop working for the government. I ain't got to wait for my pension. I can make this 100,000 real quick.
I'm like this.
Delivering pizza in Afghanistan.
If I got trained as a Marine, that does not, any of the training you learn in Marines is not translating to regular average Joe shit. You're not about to come
Yeah, about to be at Starbucks.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to sit there and let somebody yell at you over how many pickles on a sandwich without killing.
You know what? If you you know what, and that's a testament.
My cell phone is not working right now.
Do you see guys that over there? Especially ones who really was doing.
That was about that life. Who was there?
The guy who, when you pull up his file, there's a lot of black lines on it. He's not coming back to civilian life.
I think that's a testament as a man. I think if you made it that far in your career, in your life, and you got to come back and do drive-through somewhere, you deserve everything to come at you. There's no way. You just came back to grace. That you was a murderer for hire for the government, and you came retired, and you can't do nothing but get the drive. You shouldn't be applying for jobs like that. After that, you should come home and become a bounty hunter. Be like, dog.
I'm not even doing that.
I can say nigga. They told me I could say it in jail. You heard DC in that interview? He said he could say nigga because they told him he could say it. They said, who told you could say it? He said, the brothers. Like Eminem, I could say it like Eminem can. So when Eminem starts saying it, is it a society of people that believe because Eminem say nigga, they can say it? Because I ain't never heard him say it. I wouldn't let me find out.
Right.
Because he know. All his money is to that word. Let him just slip up with a song.
And what's funny is, I was watching, because he even said, like, oh, I don't say that shit. Like, I just don't. I just think it's funny, though. It's like, you get so bent out of shape about it. I'll be like, man.
I know it's not. I know it's just a word. My thing is the excuses they come up with for doing it. That's what makes it funny.
Just say you like the song, bro.
That's what makes it funny. You know what I'm saying? When you see the excuses they use to come back for it.
Man,
like, what's her name? Paula D.
Man.
Who was surprised that an old woman from the South said nigga before? So why would you even let them? Why would her lawyers let them take her to that question? Like, why would you let them do that? You set her up for failure. You should have stopped. Like, I object, judge. I had nothing to do with the case. You should have said that if she paid you for it.
When Bill Burr was talking about the owner of the Clippers, dude grew up before baseball was integrated.
Right.
He doesn't have some type of weird views that you might not be comfortable with. Like, let's be real. All of our grandparents are racist.
I mean, it was a terrible time.
But
at the same time, if you, I mean, like right now, if you read to our grandkids what's going on now, they may view us as our stance and things.
Oh, my kids already call me names.
You see what I'm saying?
I'm
So
already based. And I'm like, what is based? Oh, you just tell it like it is without, filter.
that's the word for it, based.
It's you're just not.
I thought it was called keeping it real. They don't say keeping it real no more.
Oh no, PC now. It's kids trying to call you PC or politically incorrect.
I just wanted it.
What you saw?
Found it.
Like, to me, I'm like, I didn't know I was politically incorrect. I just felt like I was telling the truth. And I guarantee that's how them old dudes you feel when they get caught up saying something they shouldn't say.
Yeah, especially if you've been saying it for the past 70 years.
Yeah.
And then suddenly somebody tell you I can't say.
Could you imagine?
Thank you.
Right, like now. The stuff that we go through, the stuff that we can't say no more.
Could you imagine if you told your girl right now, "Damn, baby,
You can't say, you remember fag was like a regular left and right. You say
Man,
fag now. You remember somebody was weak, somebody was a sissy. You're a fag, right? You say fag now.
and the funny thing is,
On TV especially. It's like, yeah.
first off, you call somebody gay all day. Just don't make it an insult.
I was just watching, I think this was the last show to do this. I was just watching My Wife and Kids. You remember they kind of went edgier towards like third season?
Oh yeah.
And they was talking about Tony. You remember Claire's boyfriend who was like super into Jesus and stuff? And Michael was like, ain't no way he ain't trying to do nothing. He gay. That's all it is. He gay. I'm thinking to myself, this could not have been written today. That's why Keenan said they was talking about bringing back Living Color. He said they couldn't do it now. He said stuff we was touching on back then, we couldn't do that now. He said we get canceled. We couldn't do that. He said we was talking about handicapped people. We was talking about racism. We was talking about women. We was talking about gay people. I mean, oh my God, we couldn't do that now. Men on film, we couldn't do that. 'Cause that's an actual show now. That's not. Somebody feel offended if they seen the men on film. 'Cause that's actual people doing that on the internet now. It's like. The Vera Jacques. You remember that? That's women out here like that. Now, you offend a woman if you do a Vera Jacques.
I mean, like, thinking of myself.
Got Jim Carrey up there with that, that bikini. and them 2 hairs. You couldn't do that now.
Shit, that's Bruce Jenner to me.
Right. That's exactly why you couldn't do that now. That's exactly why. He's the, yeah.
Hey, I showed my kids the old videos of Bruce Jenner with the weed box. I'm talking about this. First off, when you look at the old pictures of Bruce Jenner, this man was no. He was a fucking
I know.
stud. Like,
I know. I remember I don't know him as an athlete, but I remember he did a movie a long time ago, which I think this movie should have been a reason people knew he was kind of gay. But it was in the 80s, though, so it was at that time where everybody's wearing short shorts, rainbows, and shit was kind of colored on. But it was him, the guy who played Mahoney on,
oh,
what's that movie, Police Academy?
I was going to say, I was waiting for you to say it, because if you just said,
Right.
you don't know
who's Mahoney's from, right? When you hear the name Mahoney, you supposed to know. That's our generation. You said it's kids, now who? Mahoo? No, but it was him, and the soundtrack was done by what's those guys who they sung them gay songs. No, they sung them gay songs. It was like one is like an officer, one was the Indian.
Oh, the YMCA?
They did the soundtrack.
Village people.
Yeah, and that was just like, this was, wow. I'm surprised they ain't wearing rainbow shirts, you know what I'm saying? So this was like in the 80s, though. He did this. He was buff, though. He was like buff tall, running around, Bruce Jenner. So this is when they was rumoring it. I did not realize it was actual things like being spoken of until he came back. So it's all 6'5" with these nails on and this dress with this deep ass voice talking about running for governor. So
One thing is, you sit there, like, I don't know, man.
yeah. So that's why he couldn't do Living Color now because it's yeah. What else on Living Color? Handyman. You think they could do Handyman ever?
No, you should never do anything.
Come on. They was the only people who made fun. Who makes jokes about the special needs? Living Color did. You can't do that now. You know how many kids are supposed to be special needs? How many kids are so-called autistic, got ADHD? Every other kid. There's so many special needs kids out here. Everybody that you know knows about who got somebody in their family special needs right now. That's how many people.
I think she on the spectrum. I know she is sometimes.
Some people are. But you know what it be? I just realized this, though. Nobody pay attention to special needs unless you're a kid. Once you get out that middle school age stage, nobody really focus on if you're special needs, especially if you dress it up. So you'll be